and we dive in.
Ooh.
Just a couple of deep breaths. So we are moving into crazy season. I mean, I love the holidays, but we are moving into crazy season. So let's just get centered. And if you wish, you can follow me. Just continue doing deep breaths. I'm doing the best that I can. Doing the best that I can. I'm doing the best that I can. Ah, so good. Peppermint also makes me think of like the holidays. I start thinking of like peppermint brownies and peppermint bark and just all the things peppermint. It just makes me start thinking of Christmas. Um, I'm just gonna text we're on for those that I did not remind because I got off of work late. But holidays are approaching. Yay! I mean, I'm always excited about Christmas. I don't ever want to forget about Thanksgiving, but I used to feel super guilty decorating my house before Thanksgiving. So I would do it on like November 28th or whatever the day is after Thanksgiving. And now I'm just like, it goes by so fast. I just want to do it right after Halloween. But I don't know. I feel like a little bit of guilt, like it's sacrilegious. It must be my Catholic upbringing. I'm not quite sure. Ain't okay. Hell's giving me the high five.
At least you don't just leave it up for the whole year. You know what I mean?
You know what? I thought about it.
The lights and all that.
I know. So, quick story before we dive in. My patient, she was so funny. She was like, "Do you leave your Christmas tree up year round?" And I was like, "Absolutely not. I have three boys. I have a husband. Like that would be total disaster." She was like, "I just gave up and I left it up year round." So then she did like a New Year's tree, and then she did a Valentine's tree, and then she did like a what do you call a leprechaun tree. Like she just like was cracking up. She was like, "You just roll with it. You just do a tree." And then I was like, "Well, what do you do during summer?" And she was like, "It just turns into a summer tree." And I was like, "What does that even mean? Like, do you have like a beach theme?" Like, I don't even know what that means, but it was so cute. I think it's too much work and effort. So I wouldn't be able to do it. All right, guys, thank you for being on tonight. We're going to dive into our call. Our last Wednesday of October. Isn't that crazy? So, I'm going to share something that I guess I'm really familiar with. We're going to talk about oral hygiene again. I know we did this a little bit in the series that we did this summer, but for those of you who couldn't jump on the series or who wants to know just a little bit on how to support your oral health, because I feel like I've been getting a lot of questions just from my patients that, like, is there a way that I can do things at home in the most natural way? I feel like people are kind of going on this kick where they want to find natural solutions. And because I work in the mouth basically every single day, that's been kind of the question that's been popping up a lot. How, like, what can I do? What do you recommend? My job that I've been at for basically almost, yeah, just about 20 years. Um, I've had a few patients just this week, like, what else can I do to help gum disease? Like, there has to be something else. You can't just tell me brush and floss. I have been brushing and flossing. Okay, what about this? What about water pick? Like, okay, what else? And a lot of them have been wanting natural support. Like, no, I don't want to use fluoride. No, I don't want to use Listerine. Like, no, I don't want to do that. Tell me what else. So, not to say my boss is completely on board with my ideas, but at least he doesn't care that I'm sharing my thoughts and ideas. And what I love about it is then I can actually track my patient because I see them Most of them every 3 to 4 months, but there's a few that I see 6 months. So then we can track, I can track and I can compare. So the few that I've started 3 months ago when I first talked about how to support your gums, I'm seeing them now, well, 3, 4 months ago, I guess. Um, and we've had a decrease in numbers and when I do measurements around the gums. So we've had some decrease in numbers, but the bleeding index has gone down significantly. So that makes me happy that I'm able to track them and then put it in the notes in case I'm not the hygienist that sees them the next time. So we're going to roll with oral hygiene because that's what I feel like I'm a little bit of an expert on, I guess. So, what do you have in your oily arsenal that you can use to support your oral health? Um, so, oil pulling, we've talked about this a little bit, and there are things that I did not know about oil pulling. Like, I kind of knew that it had the potential to whiten your teeth because it decreases plaque, and oftentimes plaque is like yellowish in color. Um, I knew there were benefits to the gums. So gingivitis, right? I knew that it would help bad breath. I did not know that it can relieve headaches and hangovers. Did not know that. So I learned something new. I did not know that it can help with your sleep. Didn't know that until now. Clear sinuses, it makes sense depending what oils you're using, right? Because everything, sinuses and mouth are all connected. It's sitting right on top of your premolar area. That's usually where the sinus lining is. And then detoxifies. Okay, I feel like we all kind of knew that. So I'm going to just move into a slide that I thought was super helpful when you're like, what oil do I use? I don't know. I have all these oils, but like, what really helps my mouth? So this was pretty cool. Bad breath. Okay, right. Our minties, right? Our supermint, our peppermint, all our minties. But also don't forget, and I don't have a slide for this, but I'm just talking to tie it in. Don't forget cleaning your tongue will help with bad breath because people forget to clean the tongue. So having a tongue scraper, um, that will really, really help with the bacteria that's sitting on the gum. Also, if you have bad breath, like your partner is telling you, like, whoa, something's going on, it may not even be related to just the mouth. Often, people that have acid reflux, which peppermint, right, helps tummy support, all of that digestion. Acid reflux will, all that acid coming up will cause a foul smell in the mouth. So that's another thing to think about and consider if you're getting feedback from your partner. Um, Mouth ulcers. So I really didn't think about basil, to be honest. I've thought about tea tree, I've thought about Frank, I've thought about On Guard, even though there could be a little bit of a burn, but I did not think about basil. But it makes sense when I saw this slide. I was like, basil. Okay, well, if you think about the ears, we use a lot of tea tree behind our ears or on our lobes to support the, when you don't have tea tree, the oil to grab is basil. I remember being on a cruise ship and I had a really bad ear infection and it was just painful. It was awful. I felt like I was rocking the whole time and I didn't have tea tree. I had basil, which is really weird. I don't ever travel with basil, but for some odd reason, I had basil in my oily bag. But that saved me until we could get to San Diego and I could get off the ship. So, mouth ulcers. I didn't think about basil, but that is something that you can use. Cavities. So, they're saying On Guard, and it's primarily because of the clove. I will say this. Um, Full blown cavities, I have not in my almost 23 years of being a hygienist. I've not seen it reverse, like full blown cavities, but I have seen little tiny spots like starting, I have seen that remineralized or reversed. Um, so On Guard could possibly do that if it's like in the very beginning stages in something like, oh, your hygienist tells you, oh, I see a little something starting on that back molar. You may want to keep it really, really clean. Thankfully, we have our On Guard toothpaste, we have our Supermint toothpaste, but you can also apply On Guard oil. And then bad gums. This is what I kind of dove into when I was talking about it during the summer for those of you who jumped on. But myrrh has been absolutely amazing. I've had two patients so far that I've seen that I suggested. Not everybody's open to natural solutions, right? So I've had two patients that actually have jumped on board. A third one I just spoke with yesterday when I was at my other office. And myrrh has been a game changer. Putting a couple drops in your hand, it's a very thick resin, and taking that floss and rubbing it in there and flossing accordingly with myrrh. It has been significant difference. Bleeding index has gone down, and probing depths so far have gone down by like a millimeter. So if you're at a 5 millimeter, if that's something your hygienist said to you, and now she's measuring a 3 or 4, that's great. That means that you've decreased that inflammation, and that's really hard to do. So this is oil pulling. I have a short little video I want to show for people that are like, I've never done oil pulling. Like I see the instructions, but really, can you walk me through it? I found a short little video that I'll play. It's like a minute and a half. And then I'll actually, why don't we look at questions now before I play that video? So Amanda, you're thinking canker sores for basil? Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too, to apply basil. When I have a sensitive tooth nerve, I do a few drops of clove in the area under my tongue. It burns, but it helps. That is great to know. So like it kind of like an ambulsaw, I guess, like over the counter. Um, Applying that on. Bernice is saying, well, happened to my screen? Oh, there, now I can see it. A mouth or oh, Jan was saying, what is a mouth ulcer? Oh yeah, the canker sore. Sorry, I couldn't see the top of the screen for some weird reason. So, Jan, a pimple on your gum would be more like an abscess. Um, On Guard would definitely burn, but you could try myrrh. You could definitely try some myrrh there. And myrrh is very mild. It's more like a resin. So no, I didn't experience a burn when I used it. Oh, there, she just said that. My case of flossing to my teeth bleeding when I had a sore. Oh, Jan, I hope that helped you. I use Murray. I like that. We can start calling it Murray. Oh, it did. Okay, good. Yeah, Jan and I had a long talk. She called me or she texted me along one morning and it was kind of long. So I was like, I'm going to just call you. So I'm happy it helped. Let's move to the video and we can talk some more. All right.
Oil pulling, or using oil as a mouthwash, is an ancient technique from Indian Ayurvedic medicine. There are numerous benefits to this practice, including improved gum health, whiter teeth, and fresher breath. The process is simple, so you can easily add it to your oral hygiene routine. Mix 1 tablespoon of oil. You can use doTERRA fractionated coconut oil or another oil like sesame, olive, or avocado, with 1 drop each of doTERRA On Guard, eucalyptus, and lemon essential oils. Swish the mix in your mouth for 10 to 20 minutes. Do this first thing in the morning before you eat or drink anything. If you start experiencing discomfort in your mouth or jaw, relax your jaw and tongue and swish slowly and gently. Change up your concoction by trying other essential oils like birch, wintergreen, geranium, peppermint, or thyme. Remember that oil pulling should be used in addition to your regular oral health routine and is not intended to replace brushing, flossing, and regular checkups by your dentist.
All right. Uh, any questions, guys? That was pretty straightforward. I will say I've never done that concoction. I've never I've never used eucalyptus. I've always done more like a spearmint, peppermint, supermint, and I've never used lemon. I've done orange. I've done wild orange because there was a lot of positive feedback about whitening with wild orange. So I've never done those oils. So if you guys have, share, or if you try it out, then we can talk. We can talk later. And I want to know your feedback. Like the more I can share with my patients, the better, I should say, because they are always asking. Um, all right. So this has been a big hit, but our past tense is unavailable. But this has been a really, really big hit. I know Liza's face. Liza has had the most success. She had, I want to say, 8 enrollments from this stick bundle, a total of 11 enrollments this month, which is crazy. Good job, girl. Um, so I just spoke with a girl yesterday and I just said, hey, I know you still want this stick bundle. Past tense is unavailable. I'm so sorry. I know it's a new product, which she was totally bummed. But I said, do you want to just choose your favorite roller? How about we do that? Like either an emotions roller or any roller that you love. And she was like, yeah, you know what? I use breathe a lot. I want a breathe roller. So it was still a win. It's hard to promote as a stick bundle if you're saying choose a roller. But I mean, hey, if they really want the sticks, like it will work out. You know, it ended up working out where past tense is, I believe, 18 PV and breathe roller is 20.5 PV. So still okay, still works out. Um, so something you may want to promote before the month ends because, you know, we're all in this marathon, like, got to wrap up the month. Friday's Halloween. I have zero time on Friday, you know, so something you may want to visit as you are running your numbers, wrapping up the month, connecting with leaders, things like that. So,
Can I?
sure.
Um, I just want to say the reason why I went so hard this month is two things. One, I knew I was gonna be crazy short for Diamond. Like if I didn't do something and start earlier in the month, I was gonna be crazy short. The second thing is, you guys, is that we can now re-enroll people that haven't ordered in a year. So I would say of those 8 enrollments from the stick bundle, actually of my 11 enrollments total, I have a list. 3 of them were actually, well, let me take a look because I don't want to be giving you guys incorrect info. But like I would say, let me look. One, one, two, three, four, five, six, 7 of those 11 enrollments were all re-enrollments. So, you know, reaching out to people who already have used, and some of them haven't ordered or have terminated accounts like 4 or 5 years old. So, another option, I love Kanan's option. I had somebody reach out and go, do I have till the 29th for the bundle? I said, you know what, the past tense stick sold out. You can swap something or we can wait. And she's like, let's just wait, which works out perfect because I don't need any more volume this month. I need rewards volume, not enrollment volume. But to Kanani's point, asking them if they want to swap out or maybe giving less of a kickback and saying, you know, if you do this bundle now and add on a breed touch or whatever, I'll gift you the past tense roller when it comes back into stock. Especially if you typically have some buy-in to do anyway. That's really helpful. So anyway, thanks Kanan for that because I feel like it helped me get out of my rut a little bit and I was able to offer the customer like the option and she was like, nah, let's just wait. I think I told her 3 weeks because Otera is saying about 2 to 3 weeks for a restock. So I'm gonna go with the 3 weeks. So anyway.
Thanks, Liz. Yeah, and we have Diamond Club. We have Masters Club till the end of November, correct?
Actually, December 5th, because you can enroll up until the 5th. So December 5th. So that graphic on the left with the balance will be good until December 5th. And I gotta tell you guys, like, I am going to lean into this until I have personally contacted the 300 plus people that I've enrolled over the years, because the reality is people are stoked about this. So once the like, and you know, to get people back and excited about doTERRA. So like I'm not gonna stop sharing this particular bundle. So I hope you guys take advantage of it and share it with your customers too.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so there's always a way, right? Like I was kind of bummed too, I'm not gonna lie. I'd be like, what do you mean? Past tense stick is super brand new. How do you guys not have it available? I was like,
They said
but
they
then
sold 4 times over their projections. And you know what is so annoying? I never ordered any extra for me. Like never once in my mind, like as I was placing extra orders this month, did I think to order any extra for myself. I literally have my one. That's it.
same, same. I know. I'm kicking myself. It actually makes me want to go and order a ton more Revitazine just in case. Because I've been loving it. All right, if you don't have the graphic, which we all should, here it is once again with the code. If you're posting, that's fine. Just cover up the code somehow by putting your words like you get this free, blah, blah, blah. Just to really take advantage of these deals. I'm thankful that Liza agreed to do Masters Club again. So we all have this chance to say, hey, you're going to get a free oil. That seems to be a little bit of a bigger win with people when they get something free. You get a free oil and you get free shipping. Like I love saying that. So just take a picture if you don't have it of the oil. Um, and actually, I'll go back to this graphic. If you guys don't have this, well, this might not be the best graphic. We can always send it to you. That way you can reach out to your people. You can always just say sold out, choose your free gift or choose your free roller. You can word it, kind of how you want to. If you're not posting, if you're just texting, which is great, you can literally say, hey, what Liza said, past tense sold out for this month. It's projected to be back in November. But for now, you can choose a roller if you would like to add to this bundle. And it's funny because people still want it. Like I had one mom was like, I want Motivate roller. Okay. I had another hula girl I met like years ago, and she was like, I want the Breathe roller. So it still works out. Texting seems to be better for me personally. I mean, I posted, don't get me wrong, but it just seemed like the texting, the personal text worked a little bit better, like a better response. So, in case that's something you want to do to end the month strong. All right. Moving into it kind of connects. We're going to move into the business portion. And it's kind of like what we've been saying about just how we communicate, if we're posting, if we're texting, if we're looking at solidifying a rank, if we're looking to rank up. I know for us right now, everybody's just kind of more trying to solidify your rank, and that's okay. So this next video, I thought I didn't see her live. I watched it after convention, and I enjoyed this talk. So I really hope it's not one that we showed and I wasn't on the call. But I'm gonna stop this share so I can play my other video or my other link. Oh, hold on. Sorry. There we go. All righty. Are you guys able? Are you seeing that? No, you're not seeing that. I gotta go back to share. My bad. Okie dokes. And there we are. See daisies. All right, my windows are all in the way. There we go. I think you guys can see that now. All right. So I will play this. I think everyone's pretty familiar with her. She was actually staying in our hotel, I believe, last year and this year. So here we go.
for being with Mel Robbins up and personal this morning. My name is Erika Garza. Soy Mexicoamericana. Where are my Latinos out right now? So, welcome everybody. It is such an honor and privilege to be here today. When Russell Butters asked me to come and speak, I said, heck yeah, let's do this. It's very different than everybody else. Like, oh, I don't want to go, right? So, I will forever be a journalist. I was a TV and radio personality for 18 years in Southern California in the Latino market. And God has an amazing plan, and He brought us to doTERRA. So now we get to use some of those experiences to share with you and to just be able to share with the world. Who is excited to take all the incredible wisdom back home and bless more people and allow them to shine? All right. As you notice, I speak a little bit louder than Janae and Janelle, okay? So I'm here to help you digest your lunch a little bit better. Before I continue, I want to give a big shout out to my team Empowered Familia who's in the house today. Empowered Familia, all the way from Southern California, Texas, and so forth. All right, I am going to give you the secret sauce to a successful business. There's one word, okay? There's going to be a lot of information that you hear today and tomorrow and the next day. And I know you left 5, 4, 2, 1, wow, you know? And I know some of you guys are already thinking I'm gonna go get a tattoo of it, okay? But there is one word that is going to keep you not only in your successful in your doTERRA business, but is going to help you grow and is gonna help you and allow you to reach your whatever your goals are. Some people, you know, can I tell you another thing? It's okay to solidify a rank. That is as amazing as hitting a new rank. How many of you all agree with that? Solidifying a rank should be celebrated just as much as hitting a new rank, okay? So I just want to get that out of the way. All right, so a consistent advocate is confident, inspiring, impactful advocate, okay? The word is consistency, okay? As like I just mentioned, was a TV personality for a long time. Showing up on social media was very easy for me and has been very easy. Raise your hand if you like showing up on social media. Raise your hand if you don't. I knew it. Okay, you're gonna show up. You're gonna show up however you feel comfortable. Okay, I'm okay in my bad breath pajamas and yeah, I didn't even comb my hair today either. But and not combing my hair and being able to post 5 to 10 things online within 5 minutes. And like Mel Robbins said, anything you do 15 minutes a day is going to bring success to your business. So what would 15 minutes a day look like for you, for your business consistently? A call, a text, a message, a post on Instagram to your 300 followers when you only need 3 to hit silver. And you're worried about having 11 million like Balrog. No, you don't need a million. You need 3 to hit silver. How nice would it be to solidify silver in a few months? Or gold, right? So I want you to think about that. 15 minutes a day of the same action every single day is going to help you solidify or reach the ranks that you want. Many people go out and share, they sample, they get enrollments, but the secret sauce, one word, what is it? Louder. Consistency. What happens? I've been doing this for 6 years. August 15th will be 6 years that I started doing doTERRA. When I was broken after having a baby and I started using oils, my daughter had colic. And my great friend Ashley Wood came over and I hadn't slept. Do you guys remember being postpartum with your first baby and you're shaking and you're sleep deprived for about 3 months because you haven't slept in the last trimester and the first 3 weeks? And she came over and she said, lavender, peppermint, and fennel. Lavender, peppermint, fennel will do the job for your baby to poop in 30 minutes. I'm like, really? Right? That's all. Okay? So, retention is the number one way to create a stable, long-lasting doTERRA business. And the number one mistake, write this down, the number one mistake that I see from some of my top leaders and people that want to do the business and they're very successful and they know how to use their oil, especially the top 10 oils, is they stop showing up. They do it great for 3 months and then they take a 3-month break. They do great for another 3 months and then they just don't show up for 3 months. It's going to be really hard. There was one TerraTalk a while back. I think it was in Orlando. There was a leader up there, Presidential Diamond up there said,
If you don't show up for your business one day, it's going to take you 3 days to make up for that one day. I know, right? That's crazy. So show up. Show up in whatever capacity is for you. I'm telling you right now, don't be scared of social media. You can do it with bad breath in your pajamas on your couch for 15 minutes, and you're going to reach more people in 15 minutes on social media than you will in your living room on Saturday. And you have to sweep and mop and do the dishes and have some cookies or charcuterie boards. We call them charcuterie boards on my team. Okay. So why is it important to share consistently? Right? What happens if people don't use their products? Do they work? What happens if they don't use their products? Does their health get better? No, right? Can hear you guys. All right, I want to hear you guys. Okay, this is interactive. Okay, if they don't use their products, will they become your loyalty client? If they don't use their products, will they even care about doing the business with you? Probably not. Is it easier to ask or invite somebody to do the business with you if they know how to use their products? Yes. If they don't use them, they'll lose confidence in not only us, but in doTERRA. Right? They're going to be like, that MLM. We already know how they feel about MLMs, right? All right, let's do our job in consistently sharing how to use the amazing products. What was the colic blend? Lavender, peppermint, fennel. Okay? Was that hard? I told you my favorite tummy blend in 10 seconds. There's 500 people in here. Does anybody want to buy a tummy blend? Okay. All right. So if we don't share consistently and simply, people they're not going to come back, right? So I don't know about you, but I want you to stand up right now if you are addicted to changing lives. Stand up if you're addicted to changing lives. If you're not standing up, that's okay. You might have a little bit of gas. I'll forgive you. I am addicted to changing lives. I'm also a licensed marriage and family therapy. After 17, 18 years of doing radio and television, God called me to also help people with their mental health. I practice in Southern California and Hermosa Beach, and I also do doTERRA. So I'm constantly juggling, and I'm a mother of 2. I have a 3-year-old and I have a 7-year-old. My husband's a pilot for a major airline, and we do this. We're in this constant juggling. But one thing that I love to do, that every single person that I come across, I'm going to change their life in some way. And I hope you adopt that mentality, and you have the platform, you have the tools, you have the products in front of you to help somebody poop better today. Okay? I love what Angelica Sepulveda says, one of the leaders, one of our amazing diamond leaders in North America Latino. She goes, I don't sell doTERRA. doTERRA sells itself. But our job is to teach people how to use it, because one of the biggest things, especially with Latinos, is they'll get their liver cleanse that we love, and it sits there for 3 months. Is that liver going to get cleansed? No, right? Our purpose is not just to sell. Our purpose, raise your hand if you want to serve. Raise your hand if you want to support others. If you want to provide consistent resources. doTERRA is just the vehicle. You, my friend, are the messenger. And if we keep our lips shut and we don't make time, even 15 minutes a day, to do our business, that person's not going to get the message that they need to be able to reach their health goal. I am committed day in and day out. And so when I show up, even when I don't feel like it, like when Mel Robbins was up there and she's like, action, I go, girl, I don't even get to 4. Okay. I went 5, action. Okay. But I love the whole fear thing, right? Because all of us do have fears. And sometimes we're scared to share about doTERRA and products and the business because we're afraid of rejection. That inner child inside of us says, oh no, who do you think you are? Right? But you don't know all the science and the limonene and the Philippine and the, chemical. Come on, raise your hand if you're afraid to share oil sometimes because you don't know the science. Well, yesterday was a science symposium. I hope you were there. Okay? So, how to simplify consistency. Be ready. One way that I'm ready, every single message, every single protocol, every single graphic of my digestion protocol from doTERRA includes 3 oils, 3 doTERRA products. My liver cleanse, it's 3 consumables, 3 oils. Okay, seasonal threats. It's 3 oils and 2 or 3, capsules. Right? All of them are in my phone. How many of you guys have your phone on you all day long? And you're watching Kim Kardashian talking about Skims. Okay, your friend does not need Skims. She needs digestion stuff from doTERRA. Okay, so have those things ready to send out. We live in an instant gratification culture. People want pre-written message of what that seasonal threats protocol looks like. What does it do? How am I going to take it, etc. Right? Have that on your phone ready to send. I have all my albums on my phone. doTERRA seasonal threats, doTERRA women hormones, doTERRA top 10 oils. All of them are categorized on my phone, so I'm ready to send those. So get ready. If that's going to take you no more than 15 minutes, but when you put it in the time, you're going to have that ready to go. So next time somebody reaches out to you, you can send it within 10 seconds. Okay? So number 2, connect quickly, right? So I know a lot of us have other jobs. What I tell my team, one of the strategies is post when you wake up in the morning. So you do your meditation, your prayer, your devotional. I love to listen to Daily Hope in the morning, or read my Open Doors book. I get into my word, and after that, I have my coffee, and then I say, okay, what are 3 things I want to share with people today? Okay, and I post early in the morning. You know why? Because if you do use social media, people have all day to watch your stories. So you give them more time to watch your stories. If you post at 6 p.m., the algorithm's going to throw you off a little bit. Not as many people are going to be able to watch. So connect with them. Add the clients. If you are not a social media person, I do encourage you to find some guys, we're going in a technological world, right? The WhatsApp groups. I learned how to do WhatsApp from my friend Michelle Weaver, Presidential Diamond in doTERRA, right? From our friends from the Mennonite community, where they host classes on WhatsApp. So using technology is going to allow you to reach more people in their space where they're comfortable than having to open a house or having to rent a room or whatever it may be. I'm a big tech person, and that's where I'm heading to as well. So show up regularly, host your classes. So one of the things I ask my team is quarterly schedule. Get your calendar out. What are we doing? Right? When are we hosting our class? Is it on Saturday, first Saturday of the month? Another tip, host your classes earlier in the month. That will help you plant some seeds so your enrollments come in as the month progresses, right? Post daily, especially stories and testimonies. Okay, guys, the TikTokers making millions of dollars on TikTok, they show up like their life's dependent on it, because it does. Okay? Their content is not that great, but they show up at 9 a.m. every morning, just like if they were clocking into the office. I adopted that mentality from them. Okay, if you see your doTERRA business on social media as you're showing up to the office, it's going to shift the way people are watching you and seeing you. Believe me, people will come back even years after and be like, oh, I remember a while back you posted about that liver cleanse. What was that all about? I'm ready to purchase now. I've had people 3-4 years later come back and said, hey, I remember that message about, about the heavy metal detox. Can you share that with me? I'm ready. Okay, so you never know. People are watching you. They're watching you. Okay, so don't underestimate your power. Follow through, check in with them 1 or 2 weeks after they order. Obviously, Janelle and Janae just talked about that. And be visible and reliable when you are showing up in some capacity, whether it's on a WhatsApp group, whether it's on Voxer, whether it's on ManyChat, whether it's on Instagram or Facebook. People are watching you. Okay, they're seeing that you're there. You're showing that you are real in your business, that this means that this is real for you, that you're not just out having fun, lollygagging, we're out here just, kumbaya. No, this is a real business for you. Okay. So when you are showing up consistently, you're actually building rapport with people. They're saying, oh, she's serious about this. This is a real thing. I remember when Ashley came over to my house, I'm like, you sell oils? Is that like a thing? Like, that's a business? And by the way, I joined doTERRA without knowing the compensation plan. I just wanted to share. I had 5 enrollments the next day on Instagram. I had no idea. I was like, I'm just going to share. Take me to the dance. I'll figure it out when I get there. I didn't know anything. I didn't even know it was my own company. I just started sharing because you know what? What changed my baby's life? Lavender, peppermint, and fennel. And I knew that there was moms that were out there that were broken. And the next month I ordered frankincense and Roman chamomile. Roman chamomile is my favorite oil. I will die on that hill. Okay. All right. So right now, I'm going to give you 10 seconds. Write down your favorite oil recipe. We're going to have a little bit of Jeopardy right here, okay? Go music. Vámonos música. Your favorite oil recipe. I just gave you mine. You can use your phone. You can use your notebook. Your favorite oil recipe. Okay. Thank you, DJ. All right. One of my favorite oil recipes for tension. And I know there's not a lot of people that drink alcohol in here, okay? But if you feel like kind of dizzy the next day, you can do 2 drops of copaiba under the tongue and 2 drops of frankincense and honey. In 10 minutes, you're going to feel like a new person, okay? Frank it out. That's when in doubt, frank it out, okay? So we have it on standby. How are you going to share the recipe you just wrote in your notes right now? I'm going to give you another 10 seconds. How are you going to share it? Some of you guys don't like social media. Oh, el diablo, right? So how are you going to share it? Another 10 seconds. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to write it down. ¿No música? Okay. Para las brasileñas. Okay. How to use it? Are they going to diffuse it? Are they going to apply it? Are they going to take it internally? We know that we have to be careful, right? With kids, how are they going to use that blend that you have there, right? And what expectations should they have from that blend? In a minute, I just gave you your favorite, I just reminded you your favorite oil recipe, how to share it, how to use it, and how to benefit. That's what it takes. What if you did that with 5 people a day? What would your business look like? For 5 days out of the week. You could take Sunday off the Sabbath, great, right? And Saturday you went to Disneyland or whatever, or going next year, all right? 5 people a day you shared that recipe with. What would your business look like? Would you hit them, you right? Right? The wellness world evolves quickly, consistently, staying up to date on research, new doTERRA products and launches. Yeah, it's important, right? But don't overwhelm yourself with that. Okay, you're not going to know everything. How many of you guys have a PhD in chemistry? Not one person? God bless you. God bless you. Great. We're going to go to your TerraTalk, okay? Most people don't care about the science. You know what they want? They want it to work. Okay, when my kid blew up a diaper within 30 minutes of lavender, peppermint, and fennel, I was the happiest mom in the world because that baby slept for 3 hours and I finally got some rest and I wasn't shaking as if I was ready to pass out. Okay, so continuing education and doing it consistently, I'm telling you right now, is the cornerstone of your business. You're going to get a lot of information this week. Okay, find your space that you feel comfortable with that will allow you to share consistently. Okay, as your team grows, consistency makes you dependable. It shows that you're not just sharing oils, you're mentoring people. Those people are going to feel comfortable joining your business. People don't just buy oils, they're investing in their health. They want solutions to their health, and you have the answer. You don't have to know that spikenard smells like feet. Okay? You don't have to know every ingredient in Mitomax, but the top 10 oils is a great way to I'm almost done, okay? So stay consistent, stay inspired. This is going to encourage you to stay passionate about your business, right? Because when we're teaching, we're learning too, okay? Guys, don't be afraid to share. You're doing them a favor. They are happy to have you in their life. You're a blessing to them. Do not rob them of the blessing that you are to them. They're going to transform their health. I'm almost done. All done.
Okay, guys, I cut it off. Oh, I thought I cut it off. Hold on a minute.
Transform soon. That's all.
All righty. She was good. I watched it a couple times. She's very enthusiastic, but what she says makes total sense, right? Like we've all been saying it, like consistency is key. So even that little time block of 15 minutes, I even took a picture of like write down your favorite oily blend. Like that obviously makes sense. Okay, go share it with 5 people. Why not? What's your favorite oil recipe? Boom. Um, Scratchy throat. I just posted that. You know, it's that time of year, the weather's changing, things are coming up for people. Okay, how do you share it? Social media or text? And people want to know how do they use it. And if it's simple and it's 3 basic oils, like she was saying, with some honey, they're more open to use it because it's so easy. It's so easy. And maybe they don't want to enroll, but they might be open to purchasing those 3 oils from you. And you might have to go over and make that concoction, but they're happy to get it from you. So I think we know that already. It was just hearing it again from her. It was so funny. And then I had to go smell my spikenard to see if it really smelled like feet because I didn't remember that. But I
It's
hope
really so true about the people. Like, I enrolled 2 people this month that literally I have been talking to. Like one from when I worked at Pu'ukukui. That was like 7 years ago. I mean, but you have to keep reaching out and connecting, and it's like Sure, you want to just buy a bottle of peppermint, fine. You want a couple of samples, but like eventually, when they have that need, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought this would resonate well. We have a last what, 2 days? It's 29:30. So do what you got to do to wrap it up, to finalize that power of three. Reach out to your 5 people tomorrow and the next day. Fill those pukas. There's really time. I remember when I was pushing Diamond a while ago, but I remember I was like, I have 48 hours. That's like a lifetime. Like, just go pedal to the metal, like reaching out to people, following up, asking questions. What do you need? How can I help? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm speaking for myself. I kind of lost that, like that drive, that go getter, like head down, let's work, So, um, and not that it has to be like that all the time, but I think the consistency is what is that magic word, the magic sauce, the secret sauce. So um I hope you guys got something from tonight's call, and we will see you next Wednesday. Have a great rest of the week. Happy Halloween, and be safe.
Thank
Bye.
you. Good night.
Bye, Bernice. Bye, everyone. Bye, Jen.